Hey, welcome back, boys and girls. So you just watched a video on some of the techniques that we're using to catch mangrove snapper offshore. Now, these techniques are very versatile. You can use them within the bay, you can use them on piers and things like that, but they're very effective offshore. But what we're going to do today in this episode, I'm going to show you how to clean the mangrove snapper, and then what we're going to do is a little cook and a taste test. Now, this taste test is going to include mangrove snapper and a hogfish, and then what I'm going to do is literally make fish tacos. So it's going to be a taco recipe, and we're going to see if Chris and Stephanie, among others, can determine which fish is which just by eating it blindfolded. So I don't want them to be able to see the meat. They're just going to taste it and tell us. So let's jump in. I'm going to show you how to clean these snapper. Very similar to the last video or the last sheep's head cleaning video. So let's do it. So here we go, big old fat snapper. You saw me catch this baby on the boat. This thing's like a 20-inch snapper. We found a brand new spot, and it's always cool when you find a brand new spot and you catch fish like that. All right, so just like on the sheep's head video, it's very simple. You go up behind this pectoral fin, and you're gonna make sure you go in at an angle, because like sheep's head, mangrove snapper have some pretty good size scales as well. So the less you're cutting into things that are going to dull the blade, like scales and bones, the better off you're going to be. You're going to save your knife, save yourself from having to sharpen additional steps. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take my knife, come all the way up, get it up here in this corner, and then you're going to turn your knife, run it right down that backbone, just like on the sheep head. It's really no different, guys. And you want to make sure you're as close as possible. One nice trick too is if you keep your fish on ice overnight, I find that they tend to be easier to clean, or just on ice in general. A lot of people, they want to get back and clean them as quickly as possible. But just like on the sheep's head video, what we're doing is butterflying this fillet open. Okay. All right. So once you cut this right along that rib cage, just like the sheep's head, they don't have as large a bone, but it's going to fillet open just the same way. All right. And what you want to do is take it all the way down to the bottom of the fish, lay your knife flat along that backbone, and just go ahead and cut the fillet off, just like that. Same principle. Get your knife started, and go ahead and just wiggle the fillet or the skid. You're letting the knife do the work, but you're just wiggling. She's gonna jump right out of her skin. You're gonna be left with that. So what I like to do is, personally, I just cut out this little bloodline. You can do what you want. Some people leave that in there. I don't. Believe it or not, I know this is gonna probably baffle you guys, I'm not a huge fish eater. Cut that little bloodline out. Yeah, you will lose a little meat, so I know I'm gonna hear that from you guys, but right there, that's nothing but meat. It's a really nice fillet for one snapper. You flip her over, and you're gonna repeat that same process, just like on the sheep's head. I like to turn it around and work on that back. And again, once this fish is cold, I swear it cuts a lot better than when they're fresh. So just fillet it open. Let your knife do the work. Again, I'm using a Danko today, but whatever knife works for you, just make sure it's sharp. Dankos have been pretty good to us. They take good care of us. No, this isn't a paid sponsor or anything, guys. So I'm working along that rib cage. And I'm not cutting through the rib cage. Once you get down here, go ahead and lay your knife flat. Right down that backbone. Boom. And you got your big old piece of meat here. Do the same thing. Get it started. You're gonna wiggle this skin. So here it is. This is why I'm going to be blindfolding them on this taste test. You can really distinctively see the difference between Hogfish and Mangrove Snapper. But can you really tell the difference in taste? We'll see. We've moved back inside here. We got our fish fillets. Duke is already trying to sniff on them. Get out of here, Duke. So you could clearly see what's what. Hogfish, Mangrove Snapper. We're going to be doing bang bang tacos today, and as you can see, we have all our beautiful ingredients right here.
All right, so what you're gonna be doing first?
Just gonna go ahead and trim just the little edges off that I missed out there. Nothing too crazy. I just feed these to my Doberman. Sit. You ready? Get back, get back, get back. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna pepper our fillets here, and we're gonna salt them as well. I'm just using my little wooden spoon here. You do it however you want. Obviously, you want to do this to your liking. If you don't like a whole lot of pepper, don't put a lot of pepper. Or if you don't like pepper at all, I don't mind a little pepper, and a lot of it comes off in the pan anyway. So, all right, so I got my awesome salt here. This is my sea salt, and this stuff here, guys, is the kind of salt you want to use. Even in the Bible, if you read the Bible, it tells you should salt every offering of food. And I think where people go wrong in modern day America is they salt their food with iodized salt. Is that what it is? Iodine salt, iodized salt. And that stuff is bad, yeah. That increases your blood pressure. But what they don't tell you, like this mineral sea salt, this is the Baja Gold, you can use Himalayan. But as you salt your food, just like it says to do in the Bible, this stuff is full of all kinds of trace elements, including magnesium, things like that. So, and the magnesium helps lower your blood pressure. Dude, go. Next, we're gonna go ahead and put our seafood seasoning on here. This is from Key West Spice Company. You can use whatever you prefer, but this is a pretty good seasoning. We've used it quite a bit. And all I'm doing is just sprinkling this on. I mean, you don't have to get crazy with this, but it is delicious. And I'm gonna coat all the fish fillets the same exact way because it is a taste test. Now what you do, go ahead and flip over all your fillets, and we're gonna repeat the process with the pepper, the salt, and all that good stuff. These fillets look so good. Hey, make sure you guys, you know, if you're pulling these fillets out of any type of water or ice, make sure you pat them dry so that way your seasoning adheres accordingly. We got them all flipped over. Now we're just gonna go with our pepper and our salt. And then what we're gonna do is take our same seafood seasoning and sprinkle it on this side. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I mean, you definitely wanna taste the fish, so obviously the more seasonings and things that you put on here, it's gonna mask that fish flavor. We'll go ahead and move our fillets over to a little glass dish here. And that's because we're going to be putting some lime, among other ingredients, onto our beautiful fish fillets here. Look how delicious that looks. You know what that is, don't you? Yes, you do. Hey, if you guys, make sure you're giving a thumbs up, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. And for every thumbs up and share that you do, I'm gonna give 1 cent to the Tampa Bay Watch. It's going to a great cause, helping support the page, and we do appreciate all of you guys. So once you got everything in the dish, we're gonna squeeze some fresh lime, and we can use this little contraption here. And this is a choice of your own, but we love garlic, so we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder on here. You can either A, omit this, or B, add a whole lot more garlic. Gonna come over here and preheat a pan, leave it on medium heat. Gonna be using a healthy avocado oil. I'll be using none of those seed oils, guys. Spray your pan, let this heat up, and we're gonna let that beautiful fish marinate in all those special ingredients, and it's gonna be delicious. It smells so good. I know you can't smell it, but just pretend. While we have our fish marinating, our pan heating, we're gonna make our bang bang sauce. Gonna need a couple ingredients. We got the real mayonnaise, and this is Duke's. Yep, not the dog Duke. Then we have some sugar-free sweet chili dipping sauce. And then we got the chili sauce with garlic. Sriracha. 1/3 a cup of mayonnaise, real mayonnaise, and Duke is the way to go. I'm gonna add a little bit more, so I didn't fill that up all the way. That looks about right. Gonna grab our chili sauce, sweet chili sauce, and we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of that into our beautiful, beautiful mixture here. This smells so good. Even Duke's over there licking his lips. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of this yummy stuff. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix it all together, because that's what you do. Now guys, I'm no chef, but I promise you, if you try this, you're gonna love it. Especially if you like tacos. And we are taco fiends in the Taylor household. Matter of fact, Chris, he's part Mexican now because he eats so many tacos. No better timing than now. I just received this from Danko, and what we're gonna do is open this baby up, use some of the utensils for our fish cooking. What's cool about this, especially if you guys are getting anything for your husbands or husband or boyfriend for the holidays, this would be a cool kit, especially if they like to grill. Ooh, I guess this is gonna apply more for barbecue. But I could clean these little tongs, and then of course, clean this little knife. This would have been perfect for what I was doing today. It's one of their newer knives. Nice. We'll wash them up real quick. Hey, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and take your fish fillet and put it on this medium heat. It's probably only gonna take a couple minutes per side. Fish cooks really quickly. So what I could tell you is that you just wait for it to turn opaque. When your fish is opaque, it's done. And it, like I said, it cooks very, very fast. All right, so 1:30 is what I'm looking at to be perfect, guys. And you'll know when it's done because this thing will start to flake up and it'll just fall apart. But just so you guys know, 1:30, and it's a lot of what's going to determine when to flip it is the thickness of the fillets themselves. Yep. That sweet aroma. Now it's going to be very flaky, so you just got to know that when you're taking it off. Alright, so I got that there. I'm going to keep these, I'm going to personally know what's what until it's my turn to do the test. And then I'm going to let these guys know. So what I'm going to do is just put a little more oil back in the pan. It's already hot. I take our little tongs and there we go. It's nice and hot now. Look at that, guys. Holy smoke. Alright, I got my fish fillets. Take a little bit of lime now. Now these are cooked. You got some lime wedges. And then we're just gonna drizzle this lime onto the fish fillets. Add a little bit more flavor. So before we assemble the tacos, we're gonna do this taste test. 70's over there getting an eye massage right now. What we're gonna do is separate what I already know is what, okay? So that's that. Here we go. All right, Mama. So we got two different ones.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Oh, I'm gonna feed it to you.
Okay.
There you go. Don't say anything yet. Is that pretty good?
That's really good. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. I already know.
What's the first one?
Excuse me, snapper.
And the second one?
Hogfish.
God bless. Yeah, you're right. It's that obvious. That's how good.
It's so tender when you put the hogfish in your mouth. It just melts in your mouth.
That's how you know hogfish is so good, guys. All right, we're gonna get Brandon and Chris over here and see what happens.
Okay.
This is the hogfish. This is the snapper. Let's see if Brandon knows. He's not a fish connoisseur, but here you go, Steph.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm. That's the first fish.
So you want me to guess now?
No.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
So I definitely think the second one is the hogfish.
It was a not?
No.
It was not.
Really?
So Brandon could not tell the difference between the mango snapper and the hogfish.
That's what happens when you're not a picky eater. It both tastes good. Very good.
We got one more. Well, we'll go ahead and do mine, and then we'll do Chris. How's that? Man, this thing's nice. I need to start wearing this.
Yeah, they both taste pretty good.
Does that look really ridiculous?
It looks ridiculous.
All right, good.
You ready?
Come and feed me, mama.
Oh.
It's really good. You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
Second one's hogfish, first one's snapper.
The first one was hogfish, and the second one was snapper.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, guys.
When you got that seasoning on it, it just really does well.
That's what I'm talking about. So they're both so good, but the texture is what's different about them. And that's actually surprising because I thought I would clearly be able to distinguish the two. See if Chris can get it. All right, so.
Here we go.
Oh.
You don't have to save yet. That's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're mic'd up, so you can say what you want.
I'm letting my palate.
Oh, you're treating it like wine.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for the next one?
My brother Cody would be like,
Mmm. All right, here we go. So, two of us have gotten it wrong.
okay. I think I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the first one was hogfish and the second was snapper.
You got it wrong.
Really?
Can you believe that?
They were both. They taste honestly
They're both good.
the same with the seasonings.
But the texture's
I
different.
was trying to get the texture. I was trying to figure out.
But because you're blind, it's harder. So
Yeah,
you really
the
have
hogfish.
I thought for sure I was gonna figure it out because the hogfish is delicious.
The
I
hogfish
I
was
wasn't expecting that.
a little more chewy. I thought that the snapper was gonna be the more chewy one. The snapper one seemed to just kind of.
No, it's the way I also put the amount. And so if you just take a little bit, I think if I made a bigger amount, you probably would have known more because you would
Probably.
have gotten
It
more
was
texture.
very,
in
it was
your
very
mouth.
hard to.
I thought for sure I was gonna be able to spot.
But how crazy is that? 3 out of 4 got it raw.
Yeah, that was. I think they're. Again, if I had a full fillet, I would probably be able to tell if I was
might be,
continuously eating it. But it was so hard to tell with such a small sample size. I was trying to go by the
That's
texture.
true also.
Hey, so those results are baffling. 3 out of 4 of us got it wrong. So when you go to the store and they're serving grouper or some kind of fish that you think you're eating, it is no mystery as to how so many people can be fooled. Like, I guess there was this huge scam that people up in Georgia and the northern states were serving grouper, but it ended up being like cod and nobody could tell the difference. Well, goes to show you, even from a fisherman's household, we can't even tell the difference. Hey, let's put together a beautiful taco, show you the end result. We got our tortilla, nice and warm, ready to go. Then what we're gonna do is take a little piece of our fish. We're just gonna put this on here. This is the hogfish, by the way. And we'll break it up a little bit, because it is a taco, right? Break it up a little bit. Make our first cute little taco over here. That looks delicious. Then what we're gonna do, put a little bit of lettuce. Nothing too crazy. And it is a fish taco. Scallions. You don't gotta go crazy with those. Then what we're gonna do is drizzle our bang bang sauce onto this taco here. And you do that to your liking. If you want a lot of sauce, go for it. If you just want a little bit to highlight it, then you could go ahead and take a little bit of sour cream. Because hey, you need sour cream on a taco, right? My goodness, my goodness. Now, we have us a little bitty fish taco. Do a taste test. Ooh, that chili sauce has a little heat. That's a bang bang taco if I ain't ever had one. But man, try this recipe, guys. It's nothing too crazy. I'm not a chef by any means. It's delicious. Everybody's about to eat really good. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you on the water.